Hello stars, this is Luminousz Star. Welcome to the channel. Today's video, when the narcissist mask slips off, watch the veil lift. Alright, topics of discussion. Topic number 1, the purpose of the narcissist mask and veil. Topic number 2, beware of energy transference distracting you from critically thinking. Okay, topic number 3, narcissists and cluster B personality types take for granted your capacity to commit and to connect. Topic number 4, how the reveal, the release, and harvest time serves you. The last and final topic are the tools, references, and resources of which you can find in the description box below. Don't forget to like and or share today's video. Should you become a part of our Star family, don't forget to click the notification bell. This way you are notified of all the videos and all of the vlogs that come out. And of course, when I go live, you will be able to join us. And of course, I cannot forget my stars. Mwah! Thank you guys and gals so much for your subscription. Thank you for being my stars. And thank you for keeping me passionate about keeping our Luminousz Star channel active. Please go ahead and check the description box below for the details to today's video. Don't forget to like and or share. I think I did mention that, but I just thought I would mention it again. And having said all that, stay tuned for the video. When the narcissist mask slips off, notice the veil lift. All right, so I want to talk about how the veil is lifting. Now, we went over the topics of discussion, but I just want to take just a few moments out and just explain a little bit about how that veil is lifting. Right now, we're living in a time where more is being revealed. So this is somewhat what this video is about. Certain things that I'm going to be discussing in this video, some people may find a little bit disturbing. So if you have little ones, you may want to go ahead and send them to another room. All right, so I just wanted to go ahead and give that disclaimer. Okay, topics of discussion. We've already gone over that. But as I stated before, the veil lifting. We're living in a time right now where more is being revealed. You know, on the spiritual realm or the spiritual world, different dimensions. We're hearing a lot about this right now. Okay, so for some of you who may have a narcissist or those who have a cluster B personality type in your life, right? It may be a spouse, it may be a family member, it may be a close friend of yours. You may be even working with some of these people. You know, they may be your co-workers, your colleagues, your supervisors. But anyway, we do live in a world where there is more being revealed. You know, we are dreaming more, some of us, or we're remembering our dreams more. So when it comes to the cluster B personality and narcissist, you may start to see just a little bit more than usual. All right, so this is why I'm making this video, because there are a lot of us who are noticing more in this time and age. All right? Okay, so I don't want to ramble on too much about the lifting of the veil, but a lot of us, we already know about the narcissist and cluster B personality wearing a mask. Okay, so when that mask slips off, some of us who are highly intuitive empaths, right, or maybe deem ourselves psychic, you know, having this ability and gift, the veil may lift. And when that veil lifts, then there's more that is revealed to us. And sometimes it's a little bit disturbing. Okay? Because sometimes it will reveal that we are in a spiritual warfare. Okay, let's move on. First point. The purpose of a veil and a mask vary, even though they both serve to cover and protect. Many who have relationships with cluster B personality types are familiar with his or her mask slipping off, especially during an episode of narcissistic rage. Okay, so when that mask slips off, this is when the veil sometimes is lifted, especially those of us who are considered highly sensitive people. This means we may be empaths. We may be people who are telepathic and so forth. Now, I'm not trying to spook anyone. I just want to point out how right now there's a lot of talk about people having that veil lift, and they, you know, just certain things are revealed to him or her that may reveal a spiritual warfare that's going on in their life. All right? And there may be other things going on, but when that veil lifts, it often reveals something that is not easily detected by the naked eye. or in the physical realm, or what you call the 3D matrix. Next point. When one wears a veil and that veil is lifted, what is hidden by those who wear a mask can become revealed. There are some who are highly intuitive empaths that are able to see the purpose of the mask of narcissists and or cluster personality types within his or her life. He or she also has the ability to notice intentions of others who wear masks. Okay, so when the narcissist mask slips off and they go into a narcissistic rage, it's pretty obvious that they are in a rage. They're expressing a lot of anger. So when they are engaged in the narcissistic rage, what is also revealed, because the veil has been lifted, are the intentions behind the narcissistic rage. Just imagine sitting on a beach and you're looking out onto the ocean. You're looking out and you may see far off, let's just use a yacht as an example, right? You may see that yacht far off, but as it's getting closer to you, then you're able to see how many more people are on that yacht. Far off, you may detect that there are people on the yacht, but maybe you're not able to count how many people are on the yacht. Okay, you may be able to see as it gets closer to the beach, you may be able to see the name of the yacht. Okay, I hope this is making sense, because this is the same that happens when the veil is lifted. You can see certain things that you were not able to see before, such as the narcissist going into a narcissistic rage, but you may not have necessarily been able to see what the intention behind the rage was all about. All you know is that they got angry. They went into the narcissistic rage because you did or said something. But when the veil is lifted, you're able to see more clearly exactly what the intent is behind the narcissist going into the narcissistic rage. So just picture a yacht coming closer to you as you sit on the beach or sit by the lake or, whatever, right? You see that yacht coming in and you can see more and more details of the yacht, such as the name on the yacht, how many people are on the yacht, and these sorts of things. So just think of the veil being lifted and just more being revealed to you. All right, next point. Due to levels of energy, vibration, and frequency, the intention of the narcissist and or cluster personality can be revealed by the lifting of the veil to one who is considered a highly sensitive person. The purpose of the mask of the cluster personality types are to hide true culprits of bringing about evil intentions. The purpose of the veil for the highly sensitive person can serve as a spiritual armor that protects and reveals such evil intentions. Okay, so when we're talking about a highly sensitive person, such as an empath, right? When that veil is lifted and they're dealing with a narcissist or a cluster personality type, they probably have their spiritual armor on, okay? If they are able to, when that veil lifts and the highly sensitive person, such as the empath, can see more things, more than likely, his or her spiritual armor is intact. This also can prevent him or her from becoming susceptible to being possessed by a non-human entity. So evil intent could be carried out. So you may be dealing with a narcissist or a cluster personality in your life who is more susceptible to becoming demonically possessed, demonically influenced, possessed by a non-human entity. So evil intent could be carried out, whereas you're not as susceptible because you have your spiritual armor intact. And the veil has been lifted for you to see more things that maybe a lot of people around you cannot see. So due to levels of energy, vibration, and frequency, the intention of the narcissist and the cluster personality can be revealed when that veil is lifted. Let's move forward. Okay, now I'm going to share with you all a video I did about non-human entities. All right, so in order for possession to take place by a non-human entity, Evil has to have a gateway. Evil has to make the invitation, or they have to make the proposition to the narcissist or cluster personality. When evil proposes possession to the narcissist or cluster personality, it is often cloaked by something that the narcissist and cluster personality finds very appealing. Just think about when the narcissist and cluster personality proposes something to you that you like, okay? In order to ensnare the targeted prey, the narcissist and cluster personality has to find out what they're weak at. Where are their weak spots? Okay? What are their vices? What is it that he or she thinks the narcissist can give him or her? Okay, that they don't think they can get anywhere else. Okay, just think about how the narcissist and cluster personality type ensnares a targeted prey. What do? They make them a proposition. They make promises that they never keep. This is what evil does when it proposes possession to anyone. Okay, so evil needs someone's cooperation in order for the entity to take full possession. Just think about how the narcissist and cluster personality, they ensnare a targeted prey. They make the trap very appealing. So when a narcissist and cluster personality type is being propositioned by evil, so possession can take place, evil proposes something that the narcissist and cluster personality finds appealing, such as power, money, okay, more control, more wealth, whatever. Whatever the narcissist and cluster personality finds appealing and evil proposes it, this is what's going on. They may be more than likely agreeing to be possessed. Now, if you ask someone, would you like to be possessed? They're going to say no. This is the same thing. See, evil is highly intelligent. So when it proposes possession to the narcissist and cluster personality, this is often why it's going to appeal to the narcissist and cluster personality. Because evil, just like when narcissist and cluster personality try to ensnare the target prey, see, evil knows that the trap has to be appealing. So whenever you think about why would the narcissist and cluster personality become possessed, just think about that. Evil proposed something to the narcissist and cluster personality that it never intended to fulfill. So when narcissist and cluster personality, they make a proposition to you and I, and they make all those promises and they break them, that's the same thing that evil does when it proposes something to you and I, and even the narcissist and cluster personality. It is dressed in a way that appeals to us. So just think about something that you may desire. The narcissist and cluster personality, they may propose that to you because they find out that's what you want. You may want to be loved. The narcissist and cluster personality has no intentions of loving you or anyone else. Remember, they took a vow not to love anyone for any reason. Evil proposes possession under the guise of something very appealing, such as love, money, power. Okay? You get the picture? So when a narcissist and cluster personality accepts to be possessed, it is often because evil has proposed to them something that it never had any intentions of fulfilling. So in a sense, the narcissist does the same thing to you and I and other targeted prey. They make promises that they never intend to keep. The narcissist and cluster personality can have a precondition in order for the non-entity to take them or to take possession of them. The precondition can be trauma. The precondition can be a lack of their humanity. Remember, narcissists and cluster personalities, they have taken a secret vow to never love anyone anymore for any reason. They have detached from their higher self, or they have detached from their higher consciousness. Next point. Several diabolical tactics and shenanigans that some cluster personality types pull can serve to distract others from critically thinking about what is actually happening in the relationship. There are 4 fundamental emotions that cluster B personality types often express and or feel. That's jealousy, hatred, anger, and fear. All right, so I want to talk to you all about energy transferences. Now, I did a video on that. You can look up on the right hand corner and you will see a video that you can click on and take a view of that later. But due to energy transferences, this is how some people are distracted. Those people who are highly sensitive people or empaths, right? They can be distracted when it comes to energy transferences. He or she can be distracted because the narcissist and cluster B personality expressing any of these four emotions can be transferred to him or her. Now, the cluster B personality, the empath may be expressing emotions that are higher vibrational frequency emotions, such as joy and love, gratitude, right? So when they are expressing those, the narcissist and cluster B personality can tap into the energy field of the empath and take advantage or extract narcissistic supply from him or her, because they're going to take those emotions and they're going to exploit. Okay, so when we start to express emotions, narcissists exploit our capacity to express emotions. So when we start to express love and joy and gratitude, the narcissist and cluster B personality type, they can only pretend that they feel these things. They don't actually feel them, but they can behave like they're in gratitude. They can behave like they're joyful. Okay, they can behave as if they're going to offer you love, or as if they love you. They can only pretend to do these things. They don't actually deeply feel these things. That's the difference. So when energy transference happens, which is a natural occurrence, right? When we interact with people, energy transference will take place. It cannot be helped. It's involuntary. So when we're dealing with a cluster B personality type and when we're dealing with a narcissist, energy transference will take place. So if you are operating from a higher vibrational frequency as an empath, for instance, right? And the narcissist and cluster B personality is operating from a lower vibrational frequency, well then that's going to cause tension in the environment right there. However, energy transference will still take place, meaning the narcissist and cluster B personality can take advantage. They can exploit the empath's capacity to express love, joy, and gratitude. And at the same time, the highly intuitive empath may start to feel anger, fear, okay, maybe even jealousy. And it seems to come out of nowhere. That's due to energy transference. And this tends to happen after a long period of time of being in a relationship with a narcissist and a cluster B personality. Beware that energy transference can cause a person to become distracted because they will be in their emotions. They may be in their feelings. And they're probably not critically thinking about what's actually going on in the relationship. Meaning the narcissist pulling several diabolical tactics and shenanigans. And this is not clearly seen. But if the veil is lifted, then not only will this be revealed, but the intentions behind these shenanigans and these diabolical tactics. Energy transference can distract the highly intuitive empath from critically thinking about what's actually going on in the relationship. What's actually going on? Well, the narcissist is pulling several diabolical tactics and shenanigans in order to get the narcissistic supply. So unless that veil is lifted, the highly intuitive empath may be distracted from critically thinking about what's going on. He or she may be in their ego. They may be in their feelings. They may start to feel more fearful than usual. They may feel more anxiety than usual. They may even feel more anger than usual. Look at who they're dealing with, the narcissist and the cluster B personality. So when the veil is lifted, if the veil is lifted, then the highly intuitive empath will be able to clearly see the intentions behind the diabolical tactics and the shenanigans being pulled. So for him or her, it's deeper than the narcissist and cluster personality just expressing these particular emotions here, like hatred, fear, jealousy, and anger. And he or she, as a response, they may be feeling some of these same emotions where normally they do not. So for him or her, this is going to be a little bit deeper when that veil is lifted, because the intentions behind it all is going to be revealed. If the veil is not lifted, he or she will notice that they are feeling differently. And they might not be feeling so good around a narcissist and cluster personality. Yet they're not able to really see what's actually going on. When the veil is lifted, the highly intuitive empath will not only realize that there's energy transferences going on, but he or she will be able to see the intention behind it all on the narcissist part. See, a veil will reveal some things, whereas a mask is worn by a person who wants to hide the intention. But the veil lifted will reveal the intention. Due to the predatory nature of plus B personality types that he or she often demonstrates, being on the hunt for narcissistic supply can heighten their sense of the will to survive by any means necessary, while at the expense of others. Okay, so due to the predatory nature of plus B personality types, he or she often does demonstrate being on the prowl or being on the hunt for narcissistic supply. Now, while this is happening, their sense of the will to survive by any means necessary is heightened. So a lot of narcissists and cluster personalities, they have a predatory nature, and because of that, they often come along as sheep. All right, they look like sheep, but they're wolves. So they come along as wolves in sheep's clothing. When that veil lifts, for some people, it can be a very frightening experience. Because when they notice that the cluster personality type is a wolf in sheep's clothing, they literally can see this. And again, I'm not trying to spook anyone, but they can literally see things that are not very clear in the 3D matrix when that veil is lifted. Okay, so they're able to see the cluster personality type like in a spiritual state. Whereas in the 3D matrix, the narcissist and cluster personality may be quite attractive, even look like a model. Some narcissists and some cluster personality types are highly intuitive, but they don't use their gifts for good. They also wear the mask, so when that mask slips off, he or she may be very aware that you are highly intuitive. If that's the case, you are an empath. You may have had that veil lifted, and he or she may have realized in that moment that you know exactly who they are and what they represent in the spiritual sense. This is often why it is at this time that the narcissist, who is a wolf in sheep clothing, they know now that you know that. So either the house of cards will totally fall at that time, meaning the relationship is over, the narcissist will go elsewhere. They will not hoover you or anything of that sort, because they know that you know who they really are and what they really represent. Or they will turn up on the shenanigans, on the diabolical tactics. This is when they may begin to spiritually weigh you down. And this is when the spiritual warfare may become more intense. Let's move forward. Disconnecting from the higher self can lead to one lacking their humanity, which means that a lack of empathy is sure to follow. time is designed to provide you the necessary recharge after dealing with all types of shenanigans of the narcissist in your life. Just continue wasting time and energy investing in those like the narcissist who do not appreciate you. Alright, I want to thank everybody for joining me today or tonight. And wherever you may be right now, I wish you the very best luck possible. Stay tuned for more vlogs and stay tuned for more videos. And as I mentioned before, references and resources can be found in the description box.